That's what it's for. Is it? Let's see. Hopefully there should be some sound. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So let's look at letter B. Who did letter B? What's the first step in letter B? What's my first step in letter B? Tristy? Very good. Distributive property. A lot of people don't see the distributive property as being as something that's there because they're like, there's no number here. There's just a minus sign here. But Haley, what is there when I don't see anything? I have 1. Very good. So not only is it minus or negative, it's negative 1. So when I distribute, I basically distribute a negative 1. So here it should be distributing a negative 1. Once I do that, Devin, walk me through what I should have. Even if you're not sure if you got it right, let's do it together. All right, so 12. What's negative 1 times k? All right, so I'm going to write minus 1k. And then what am I multiplying? Times negative 4. Very good. What's negative 1 times negative 4? So I write plus 4 equals 7. Now this is something that I can work with because at this point I just need to combine like terms. Lucy, what are my like terms? 4. And is 7 on the same side of that equation? No, so which one is it? Very good, 12. Remember, we only combine like side terms with things on the same side. So what's 12 plus 4, Lucy? 16. So I'm going to have 16 minus 1k, or you could just write minus k, is equal to 7. What's my next step? And this one can be tricky for some people. What's my next step going to be, Diego? Next step. What's my constant? How do I get rid of it? Thank you. Make sure I have you guys' attention. What am I left with, Rustum? I don't agree with that. I don't. Why negative 9? Subtracted 16. All right, am I done? No. What do I have here? Negative. But what's my coefficient when I don't see it there? 1. I didn't write it, but you don't always have to. So I divide by negative 1 on both sides. K will be equal to positive 9. Last problem, letter C. Alicia, what's going to be my first step? Distribute. I distribute the 3. Tell me what I have after the first step. I'm sorry, give me a moment. Go ahead. What would I do next? Rustum, I'm sorry, I don't mean to call you out. If I could come to you to tell you, but I need you guys on task. Whatever it is not important for me right now. Yes. I'm sorry. What would I combine here? Very good. And when she does that, what should I get? What's 21a minus 3a? Aman? 18a. So I'm going to have 33 equals negative 3 plus 18a because it's positive. I like that I see people making corrections because when I take this, I should see your corrections, right? I'm going over it. No reason why you shouldn't have this all correct. All right. At this point, I need to get a by itself. What do I need to get rid of first? Jericho, what do I need to get rid of at this point? Say that again. What's my constant? All right, negative 3. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. That's going to leave me with 39 is equal to, or I'm sorry, 36. My bad. 36 is equal to 18a. Justice, what's going to be my last step? Very good. Divide by 18 on both sides. All right. Someone tell me what's 36. How many times is 18 going to 36? What do you say? Everybody just call it out. 2. A is equal to 2. All right, really quickly. Because we're not at the place where we're ready for an exit card. I would actually like more practice with this before we even move on to the next thing, so we'll see what we do. But I want to hear from you. Where are the most commonly made mistakes? I know where the most commonly made mistakes are, because when I'm making an answer key, I do them because I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking and I'm not necessarily paying attention. And I'm just being honest. I'm not saying that to make you feel better. That's just the truth of the matter. When I'm going through and I'm making an exit key, an exit card, or the key for an exit card or a test, sometimes you do things because you know, oh, I'm supposed to distribute. Oh, I'm supposed to combine like terms, but you don't pay attention to detail. So what are some of the things that you might notice that are commonly made mistakes? I'll go Stephen and then Caduce. Say that again. Which number am I looking at? B, you might distribute the 12, right? I think I've seen that. Some people distribute the 12 because they don't see a number out there. That's a good one. What else might someone do? Yeah, they might not distribute at all because they're like, I don't know what's there for me to distribute. What about in this problem? Because I saw some people erasing and doing things with this problem. What are some errors that people might make in this problem? I want to hear from some other people other than Caduce and Stephen. What are some errors someone might make? Jameson? Very good. People always forget. I forget that there's something else you got to multiply by. You know these two are multiplied because they're right beside each other. But they forget to do the -3 times the -7. And they also might forget the signs, right? -3 times -7 is not -21, which I think that sets everything off. That makes everything after that and makes you have a problem. You only get 1 point taken off because I can trace your error, but then that kind of makes everything else kind of not sit right. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at what your homework is tonight. That's not page 33. It's supposed to be page 26. That might change depending on what we get through today. This is first formative. We're right now going to shoot for next Friday. It's not going to be Wednesday, at least for right now. We're going to shoot for next Friday. All right. All right, let's check your homework. Check your homework. So, what I would do for number 5, because this is a test type of, this is an assessment type of question. Why is there talking behind me? At this point, if I have to keep asking you to stop, I'm going to ask you to leave because that wastes time out of the day, me keep telling you to stop talking. You can come in for lunch if you have additional questions. All right. Chloe spent $22 more than Claudia at the mall. Ryan spent twice as much money as Claudia. The amount that they spent was $246. I need to start by organizing my work. That's what I need to start by, organizing my work. So who are the people that I have in this problem? Who are the people that Iman that I have in this problem? All right, so I've got Chloe, I've got Claudia, and I've got Ryan. There are some people that didn't know where to start with this. I want you to at least attempt to do something. I don't want you to just leave it blank. I want you to attempt to show some kind of thinking if you can. But I've got to start by, that's supposed to say Claudia. I've got to start by organizing my work. What do I know? What did they tell me? What did they tell me? What did they tell me? Katy, what did they tell me? What did they tell me about Chloe? Do I know how much Claudia spent? No. What did they tell me about Ryan? Ryan spent twice what Claudia spent. Chloe spent 22 more than Claudia spent. Who are they focusing everything around? Claudia. And do you know how much Claudia spent? No. And these type of problems, they will always do that. They will always focus it around one person, but they don't tell you what that person spent. So if I don't know what she spent, what can I use to represent what she spent? A variable, X. I'll use X. So I'm going to let X represent how much Claudia spent. I'm going to let X represent how much Claudia spent. Now, what did they tell me about Chloe? She spent how much? 22 more than Claudia. So what should I write? Should I write 22? More means it's growing. The only way I can grow is multiplication and addition. If she spent 22 more than Claudia, should I be adding or multiplying? All right, multiplying is going to be growing largely. It's more, so I should be adding. So I'm going to write X plus 22. Claudia's amount plus $22. And what did they say about Ryan? Ryan spent how much? What's twice mean? It means double. Double means I do what operation? Multiply it or add it to itself. So there's two things you can write. You can write X plus X, because it's twice the amount, or you can write what? X times 2. How do I write X times 2? 2 and then X. All right. The great thing is now all of these expressions have what in them? Every single expression has what in it? X, a variable, the same variable, which means I'm going to be able to do what eventually? Combine your like terms at some point. All right. So I have X plus 22. That's how much Chloe spent. It says the total amount is $246. What does total mean? How do I find the total of something? If I'm looking to find the total of something, how do I find the total of something? Jorge, if I'm looking to find the total, what do I need to do with the numbers? If I'm looking to find total, what do I need to do with the numbers? David, David, I need your exit cards. Thank you. If I'm trying to find the total, if I want to find how much you have, how much money you have, and how much money Johnny has, and how much money Caduce has, if I want to find how much money the three of you have, I want to find the total, what do I do with your amounts of money? I can't hear you. Combine them. What operation is that if I'm going to combine them? Am I going to subtract them? What am I going to do? Add. Thank you. So I need to add these. So I need to add the amount Chloe has to the amount Claudia has to the amount Ryan has. And that is going to give me a total of what they told me, which is $246. You should be writing this down even if you did not do it. You should be writing this down even if you did not do it. You shouldn't have to wait for me to say I should be writing this down. You should be writing this down even if you did not do it. All right. How do I combine my like terms? What are my like terms, everybody? X, 2X, X. What's X? X plus 2X. Who? That's X plus X is 2X, plus 2X is 4X. And then I'm left with plus 22 is equal to 246. You know how to solve a two-step equation from here, or you should. If not, you should be practicing. Jorge, you should subtract 22 from both sides. At that point, you're going to be left with 4x is equal to 224. You should divide by 4 on each side. X is going to be equal to, what'd you get? 56. And that represents X is Claudia's amount, so Claudia spent $56. You're not going to be able to just leave it like this, because that could represent anything. You've got to give me a sentence that says Claudia spent $56. If you were to get full credit on an assessment, you could not stop here. You've got to give me a statement that says Claudia spent $56. Unfortunately, I can't spend any more time on the homework, but I am going to show this next page. You can look at the recording if you want to go home and say, I don't know how I did on these last couple of problems. I'll tell it again. I'll tell you again at the end of class. I can't ask, is it a question about this? Unfortunately, I can't go ask. We don't have time for any more questions on this, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. But you have this. It will be on the MCPS Classroom, and if you search the YouTube. All right, make sure you have the justifications, including combining like terms. All right, I'd like you to turn to page 23. Turn to page 23. Turn to page 23. All right, turn to page 23. I would like you to choose, out of numbers 1, 2, and 3, I would like you to choose one problem. And I'm going to give you 4 minutes. One problem, 4 minutes. Choose your problem. Out of numbers 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, not number 4. 1, 2, and 3. Choose one problem. I'll give you 4 minutes. I'm coming around to see how you do. Miss Colo, I know how to do that problem in less than 4 minutes. Choose another problem. Choose a problem that you think is more difficult than the one that you did. 1, 2, or 3. Just choose one problem out of 1, 2, or 3. If you finish it, you want to do any problem on that page, go ahead. But first, I need everybody to choose one problem from 1, 2, or 3. Come on, Devin. I'm moving like a dove.
All right, let's take a look. 5h. 4 times 5h plus 15 minus 6h equals 18. Johnny, what did you do? You did the distributive property, so that should be my first thing. My justification, I'm doing distributives. Okay? Somebody other than Johnny, you already answered. You want to finish? All right, finish my problem. Okay, so we're taking a look at our, we have taken a look at our terms, right? So we're going to combine our like terms. So we have positive 28 and we have negative 6h. We got to combine those together. And you came up with what? 14h plus 60 equals 18? We do what? Subtract. Right, so we're going to subtract 60 from both sides. Minus 42. So you done? How many steps did we have? We had 4 steps. We had to distribute. We had to combine our like terms. We had to subtract, and then we had to divide. Any questions about this? Does anyone not know how we got this? I saw one mistake. We have to remember that this is a negative number, right? If we're going to combine a positive number and a negative number, we're subtracting, so we're going to have a lower amount. Okay? Who did 2? Who did 2? Charlotte. Charlotte, take me through the steps for number 2. What did we do first?
Listen close, because I'm going to change your homework before you leave.
Distributive property. So we took negative 3 and we distributed. What did you get? Negative 3n plus 12 minus 2n equals 17. What's my next step? Combine my like terms. So I'll have negative 3n and negative 2n. I have to combine these like terms. I got to combine my like terms. So negative 3, negative 2n. I should not hear you.
I don't know why there's talking. Shh. Even if you think you got this correct and you know what to do, follow along still. Be respectful. And she's revealing this step by step, so you don't have to answer there yet.
Negative 5n plus 12. What was my next step, Sean?
Okay, then subtracting the property of
So I'm going to subtract, we're going to subtract our constant, right? Because we're adding it. So we're going to subtract 12 from both sides. And that gives me negative 5n equals 5. What's my next step?
division property.
Division property. So I'm going to divide 5 by both sides. I get n equals negative 1. Right? Negative 5, negative 5, negative 5 divided by, positive 5 divided by negative 5. It's going to give me a negative.
to do page 20. What page were we just on? 23. You're going to do the rest of page 23. No, actually you'll do the rest of page 23. All of page 23.